Ricky Gervais, the unlikely hero for the common man, is continuing his rampage against Hollywood, against the far left woke media, and against everything that is part of this woke establishment that has completely taken over our culture. He is continuing to just go after them, bash them, tear them down, wreak havoc, and I am loving every single moment of it. So, Ricky Gervais continues, like I said, his rampage, and it is glorious. So, let's go ahead and see what he has to say this time around, because Ricky Gervais is not stopping. This man is on fire. There's nothing that is stopping this man from speaking his mind, and I am all here for it. I am so here for it. I love it so much. So, Ricky Gervais posts a list of reminders for outraged critics about left and right wing twist knife in media. Good job, Ricky. Comedian Ricky Gervais is clearly enjoying himself as he rides the outrage wave from his fan-loved and Hollywood-loathed performance as the host of the Golden Globes Sunday night. After gaining hundreds of thousands of followers as a result of his celebrity-slamming performance, Gervais took a moment early Wednesday to provide a helpful list of reminders about humor for his offended critics, the elites of Hollywood, the elites of the mainstream media, many of whom happen to be journalists, who Gervais also made sure to mock. Good. Mocking journalists is always welcome in my books. In his instantly famous opening remarks at the awards show Sunday, transcript below, Gervais announced that it was his last time hosting the show, and then promptly proceeded to do what so many viewers have been longing for a host to do: put virtue signaling Hollywood in its place. And man, did he do a good job of that. He smacked Hollywood around. He threw it around the room. He shoved its face into the dirt. He made Hollywood see reality, even though Hollywood didn't want to face reality. And they pretty much ignored what he said anyway, and still got up there and talked about their political BS. But that did not stop Ricky Gervais from saying what needed to be said. Let's go out with a bang. Let's have a laugh at your expense, he said at the start. Remember, they're just jokes. We're all gonna die soon, and there's no sequel. So remember that. After calling out Hollywood hypocrisy, including on misconduct, corporate corruption, and human rights abuses, Gervais ended his blistering opening statement by telling all the winners, if you win, come up here, accept your little award, thank your God, and thank your agent and your God, and F off, okay? His brutal rebuke of Hollywood was met with predictable outrage from many, including media figures and journalists, which Gervais pointed out in one tweet Tuesday. So, this is what he said, okay? Glorious. So he first tweeted this out. He tweeted this out last night. I always knew that there were morons in the world that took jokes seriously, but I'm surprised that some journalists do. Surely, understanding stuff is pretty fundamental to their job, isn't it? Just makes it funnier, though, I guess. So, and this is great because journalists absolutely do not take anything with a grain of salt. They do not take anything with any bit of humor at all. We see this all the time, okay? You know, President Trump, no matter how you feel about the man, you know, he posts some pretty funny memes sometimes, and the journalists absolutely do not know how to handle that. Like, I saw one from the president once where he had his face on, like, Rocky Balboa's body. It was just like a random picture that he posted of his face on Rocky Balboa. And I thought it was hilarious. It was funny. And the journalists completely lost their minds over it. And they were trying to analyze it and try to figure out what was the deeper meaning behind what the president was posting. And it's like, it's just a meme. People, calm down. But they don't know how to calm down. They don't know how to laugh at themselves or laugh at anything else. And it's hilarious to me. And Ricky Gervais is pointing that out right here, and it's fantastic to see. So this morning, he posted this list, which should be pretty helpful to not just journalists, but people in general, especially the SJW woke crowd. This list should be extremely helpful to them, but they're probably not going to pay attention to anything that he says here. So simply pointing out whether someone is left or right wing isn't winning the argument. True. If a joke is good enough, it can be enjoyed by anyone. It's not all about you. Just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. And that last one especially hits home so beautifully, so hard. It's so good because the outrage culture is a real thing. and it continues to tear away at everything within the culture. It continues to absolutely cannibalize everything in its path. It is not a good thing. Outrage culture is a disease. SJWs are a disease. Cancel culture is a disease. And Ricky Gervais is calling that out right here. Because just because you're offended by something, just because you have an emotional reaction to something, doesn't automatically mean that you're right. Ricky Gervais, thank you so much. Thank you for continuing your absolute takedown of the current system within the culture, within the woke media, within Hollywood. It is beautiful, and I am absolutely here for every single moment of it, Ricky. I'm loving it. Keep it coming. Thank you. So then he went on to talk about his he just crossed the 300,000 or he just made 300,000 new followers, which is just insane ever since Sunday, which he absolutely deserves. And anyway, so, you know, there's a lot of people that are happy about what he's saying. There's a lot of people that are mad about what he's saying, but you can't deny the fact that this is absolutely shaking up the current way that things are done in Hollywood and the media, and it is fantastic to see. It's great. It's amazing. We need more people to do what Ricky Gervais is doing here. Unfortunately, I don't think there's very many people that have the balls to say what he said, but you know, we can continue to hope, right? There are some people that are starting to speak their minds more and more. We saw it with Todd Phillips, the director of Joker, and how he took down the woke media in a way, and I appreciate that. You know, we see Clint Eastwood doing it often as well. And there are others. Terry Gilliam is another one, and it's going to be awesome to see more people speaking out in this way. Dave Chappelle is another great one as well. So, with that being said, let me know in the comments below what you think about this. What do you think about what Ricky Gervais said at the Golden Globes? What do you think about his list here? Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Subscribe if you're new around here, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.
With my heart still